So we have our raw chocolate powder, our cacao powder, which I love, love, love. Who doesn't like chocolate? I love chocolate, let me tell you. Hi everybody, good afternoon. It's 12 o'clock and you know what that means. You are in the kitchen with your culinary nutritionist, Keisha Luke. That's me. Okay, so a few things before we get started. So those who don't know me and those who do, of course, as I said, I am your culinary nutritionist. So what I do is I basically, I cook meals in a healthy way, nutritious way. People who suffer from any conditions, a dis-ease in the body or any ailments, I actually cater for conditions, okay? People with conditions. And again, just maintaining basic healthier lifestyles as well when it comes to food. There's something else I want to express as well in terms of my business, which I call Nutrition It Up Meal Service. I offer that, and that is in the Mississauga area, Richmond Hill, Vaughan area, the Toronto area, Markham area, like Scarborough area as well, Richmond Hill, I think I said that. So yeah, we do deliveries out there as well. And a few things about that. So one of the things is when it comes to food, I want to express to people, okay? Food to us, to me, is not about just fuel. It's not about fuel, because that means to me that anybody can turn around and they can just gorge. They can just intake any types of food, which I won't even call certain things food anymore. But anyways, so what it is it's about energy, okay? Food is energy. This is how I see it. When you intake something of, let's say, high energy. So when I say high energy, we're going to equate that to healthy eating, right? Cleaner eating. So healthier foods, cleaner foods. What am I talking about? I'm speaking about foods without the additives, the preservatives, the extra excess fats, the excess sugars, and all that garbage, okay? That's what I'm not talking about. So that's what I equate with healthier eating, a healthier lifestyle, cleaner eating, okay? That's what I mean by that. So when we are intaking these kinds of foods, what ends up happening is it actually assists in raising our vibrational pattern, okay? Our vibrational energies and our vibrational levels as a whole, whether we're speaking mind, body, spirit. And what I have found also throughout the years, and again, doing my own journey on my own body, is when we are eating these kinds of foods, the cleaner foods and all of that, and as it raises our vibrational patterns, that also raises our moods. It elevates our moods, right? It elevates our minds as well. It helps in terms of clarity, in terms of feeling more happier and joyous and all of that great stuff. And we have more energy in order to sustain ourselves throughout the day, okay? So that's very, very important as well. Now, with that being said, now there's the other end of the spectrum where I equate also, again, when I say food is energy, there's the other end where food can also harm, okay? It can harm as well as it can heal. I know that firsthand. So when I speak about that is when you are intaking the garbage, I call it garbage foods, I'll tell you that much. When you are intaking foods that have the additives, the preservatives, the excess fats, the excess sugars, and all that stuff, guess what ends up happening? That we internalize, we consume that in our bodies, and again, how is it that you feel? So you can associate that with feeling sluggish, fatigued. Again, our skin as well, right? Things coming out on the skin. So fatigued, tiredness, laziness, again, mind fog, right? The mental fog where we can't think, we can't focus, we can't concentrate. All of these things. And then look at our moods as well, our attitude. How is it that you feel? How is it that you are, let's say, interacting with other people, right? Are you very edgy? Do you have anxiety? Are you feeling more depressed? So all of these things play a huge role. And that is what we do here at Keisha Luke Nutrition and Catering, which I want everybody to understand. So it's not about food being fuel. It's about food is energy, and it is our energy in order to sustain and maintain a healthier lifestyle. So that's the difference with, let's say, just going out and having, any kind of a meal service or whatever the case is, and versus the Keisha Luke Nutrition and Catering meal service, okay? So we are incorporating, again, like I said, higher vibrational foods, clean eating, all of that. And we are making meals specific to you. We are catering for that, okay? So just a little bit about that. My Nutrition Up meal service. So every Wednesdays or Thursdays, the menu is sent out, okay? So you can see that. If you would like more information, please hit me up, because we do send it through also, you receive an email to your inbox, okay? And as well, I do post it on my page. So make sure you like and share our page, like it up, share it up, because you never know, right? Maybe you may not use the service, but you never know who may, right? Who is it that you know that can assist from these things, right? From such services. As well, if you are looking for any meal plans, the meal prep meal plans, anything like that, nutritional consultations, also that is what we do here as well, okay? So yeah, that was a little bit about me and my meal service. So today what I want to start, and I think I forgot to put it up there. But anyways, today we are actually going to do, I call it my new chocolatella. So you know how there's like the Nutella out there? Well, I'm doing, hi Auntie Snail, hi Wins. So I'm going to be doing a chocolatella, and it's actually a high protein one, okay? So what we are going to use is one of my favorite peas to use, which are chickpeas. Everybody loves chickpeas, let me tell you. We don't like the gas, but everybody loves chickpeas. Now, actually speaking about gas, so I know when you actually use the canned ones, if you open up the can and when you actually release it, you'll see, like when you wash it out, you'll see foam on the top of it, okay? What that is, that's a gas that's being released, okay? It's a phytic gas. So what we did is we actually soak our chickpeas in water, okay? And I always suggest soaking your grains or soaking your legumes, your beans, all of that, because it's going to help to release that gas, okay? So it's actually been soaking for probably about 15 minutes now or so. Especially if you don't like canned, it's okay. You can definitely use raw, but it's going to take a lot more time. And what I would suggest is you're going to have to soak that overnight, okay? So for myself, I just use the can, I'm not even going to lie. So yeah, so it's just been soaking, if you take a look at that. So I put 1 can in water, and we're going to get all of our ingredients ready, okay? So we have our raw chocolate powder, our cacao powder, which I love, love, love. Who doesn't like chocolate? I love chocolate, let me tell you. As well, just so you know, chocolate is very alkalinizing in the body. It's an aphrodisiac, okay? And it does so many things, high levels of magnesium as well. So if you are experiencing high levels of stress, excuse me, especially during this time, I know those of you who are in the sun in Florida, you don't necessarily have this issue right now, but in North America right now, as we know, it is fall, and it can seem a little bit depressing because of, it's not as sunny and things like that. So that's why I definitely encourage, try to do a little bit more activities, be a little bit more active, because that's going to help to keep the mind going. Also take care of yourself during this time, okay? So if you do need to take a break, take a time out, just kick up your heels, kick up your feet, read a good book, drink hot chocolate, something, do it, get to it, okay? Get back to you and feeling that love within yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna get the chickpeas. So I have a food processor, so if you have a food processor, then definitely you can use that. If you don't worry about it, don't cry about it. If you have a blender, that will work just as fine, okay? So a high-powered blender, if possible. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in the food processor. So we have the 1 cup of chickpeas. Okay. Hey, the sunny state, eh, Auntie Dale? Or sorry, the sunshine state. Look at you. All right. Vitamin D, vitamin D. All right. Okay, and of course you don't want the water, okay? So make sure you, I could have just strained this, which would have made life a little easier, but it's just so everybody can kind of see what I'm doing here, okay? So we have the chickpeas in the food processor. Then I am, depending on how much chocolate you like, if you like your things really chocolatey, then you can definitely add more cacao powder. Okay, so I'm going to do about 3 tablespoons here, heap tablespoon. So when I say heap, like don't, you know, measure it off, don't level it off, just leave it like that in clumps. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 here. Excellent. And some raw honey. I'm actually using a wildflower honey. This honey actually has apple in it, so I'm really excited to use it. I want to try this. All right, so we're going to use that. Honey is great, especially with its enzymes properties. It has very, very high enzymes in it. So those who experience, like, let's say, for instance, skin conditions. When actually I was going through my whole acneic breakout on my face and it was looking like a rocky road. Oh, those days, boy, let me tell you. So when I was going through that, one of the things that I actually did is I created, it was basically almost like just a basic kind of scrub. And so I did the honey and oats, and I actually applied that on my face. So, and I noticed that it really helped to heal, okay? Or you can just like stick a little bit of honey too and stuff like that. So yeah, but make sure you wash it off before you go to bed, or else you just kind of stick to your pillow. Yeah, guilty. But it does assist in healing. And of course, honey, when we take internally for cold and flus, add a little bit of lime juice or lemon juice or anything like that, or even with ginger. Very, very good for you. Okay, so we are going to add some of that. Now, you can add about 1 tablespoon and just work your way up, again, depending on the sweetness. And again, this recipe is amazing for kids, let me tell you. They absolutely love it. Can't tell the difference that there are chickpeas in it. And that's something that you want to make sure that you kind of mask inside for them, so it's like they're not tasting like a pea or a bean kind of taste or anything like that, because ugh. And I agree with that one. Okay, so one other thing is the liquid. So it's up to you what you would like to use. You can either use water and or you can use a non-dairy milk. I'm going to just use water today, okay? So. Excellent. And we're going to start with about a 1/4 cup, okay, of water. Alrighty, slap this bad boy on, and let's get to it. Oh, and one of my favorite, nearly forgot, vanilla. I'm going to add some vanilla extract, okay? But what we're going to do is while it is actually in the food processor, that's when I'm going to add the vanilla extract very slowly, okay? And again, I will add about a teaspoon, less than, I'll say half a teaspoon to that. I personally love vanilla, so, I mean, it's up to you. You can definitely leave it out. And in it goes. Oh, yeah, yo. Make sure you get your trusty spatula handy and ready to go. I got fun. Super excited. It's so funny, I can never see the tops of these things, so I always have to go on my tippy toes just to see it. This kills me. Okay, I think we are good here. Let's take a look. Okay. Check this out. So we're definitely going to have to break this down a little bit more because there's still a little bit of chunks. I'm going to show everybody, okay? So check this out. Can you see that? Look how amazing that looks. So see, there's still kind of a little bit of chunks here of the chickpeas. I'm not sure if you can see that. There we go. That's so good. That is so good. So we are going to add a little bit more of sweetness here. Remember something, raw chocolate is very bitter, especially the raw, like dark chocolate, obviously, right? So that's where, again, I will say add the sugar, your sugar content accordingly. Again, it doesn't have to be honey. Actually, Auntie Dale, yes, I want a stool for Christmas. I actually have one. I have 2. I definitely have 2 in the kitchen, which is hilarious. So yeah, so because I was saying raw chocolate, I love laughing at myself. Raw chocolate is a little bit bitter, okay? So what you want to do, like I said, add any of the sweeteners accordingly. Whether it's honey, whether it's agave, you can even use like a coconut sugar, or they actually have like a syrup to it. Oh, the coconut palm syrup. Oh, so good. Super, super good. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit more of this bad boy. Okay. And also depending on the creaminess that you want. If you want it really, really smooth, then just add a little bit more liquid, okay? But again, start small and work your way up. So we're gonna add a slight bit more here, water, to break it down. Okay. And we're ready to go. Oh yeah. This is really moving now. Love, love, love. This is amazing. I love things like this because it's quick, it's easy, and it's like on the go. You're done in 10 minutes. And guess what too? You can also, when it's done, you can eat it with anything. You can pair it with anything, okay? Whether it's apples, whether it's bananas, whether it's on someone else. No. You can have it with anything. You name it. Spread it on, let's say, a multi-grain bread, right? A whole grain bread, excuse me. Or whole grain crackers as well. Tastes so good. Oh, yeah! Check it out, check it out. Look at that bad boy. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. We're gonna try this. Dun-dun-dun. Check that out. It's so good. The flavors, because it has a chocolatey taste to it. With a slight, you have almost a slight crumbly from the chickpeas, which is great. So I mean, if you like that texture, I really like this texture. If you like that texture, that's fine. If not, add some more liquid. What I would say is add, again, the water and or a non-dairy milk to thicken it, make it smoother, almost like that whole like Nutella how it is, right? But again, this is definitely different. We're talking about some peas here. But you don't even, it's not necessarily, you don't taste chickpeas, right? You're tasting more of that chocolatiness. And you'll see that it has more substance, right? Because it's a protein, it's a high protein. Super, super good. So good for you. Absolutely love it. I love it. Yeah, exactly. Spread it on rice cakes as well. That's a good one. Because remember something, when you eat an actual rice cake on its own, there's something called our glycemic index. It's high on, it meaning in English, it's just high in sugars, right? As soon as you add a protein on that, guess what happens? So whether it's a almond butter, like some kind of a nut butter, right? Guess what happens? Automatically, that sugar levels, it actually drops and it assists in balancing. That's why it's so, so important that we, throughout the day, we intake a certain amount of protein with every single meal, because that's what keeps our energy levels going, and that's what keeps our energy levels up. As well, something that I wanted to mention as well, what I would suggest is you can add some coconut oil to this, right? Sometimes people, they're like a little iffy because of that coconutty taste or anything like that. So, I mean, you can even add a slight bit of olive oil if you would like. I personally love coconut oil. Oops, sorry. I personally love coconut oil. So I would add that in as well to give it even that more smoother consistency, that smoother texture, okay? So yeah, thank you all for coming out and having this with me. Again, you're in the kitchen with your culinary nutritionist, Keisha Luke. Hit me up for all your foodie needs, all of your meal service, meal prep, nutritional coaching. Hit me up. The website's on the top there, www.keishaluke.com. Like and share our page, alrighty? So until Thursday, where we do our nutrition education. Keep your protein high. Keep the colon rolling, y'all. And love, love, love. Love yourself in order to love others, all right?